What's up, y'all? Welcome to the channel. It's your girl Dominique, aka Melanie, aka Melanie. What's up to my lesbian gang, my poly tribe? Y'all, welcome back. Okay, now listen. I know I'm late, been a little MIA, but we had a trip to ATL. So by the time y'all see this video, the vlogs plural. We did a food review for Candy and Todd's restaurant, and we did a little food review for Frost Bistro. That's Rashida's and Kurt restaurant while we was in Atlanta. So we checked out both. Next time we go, we gotta spend the bin to go to the OLG, Old Lady Gang, which is also by Candy herself and Todd. So yeah, we're gonna try that out. But by the time y'all see this, those videos should already be out, edited and done, ready for y'all to go watch them, so we can catch back up to this one. Now, y'all know what the day is. Bitches what? Bitches Wednesday. And we got a lot to talk about because the internet is a mess. Let's get into this mess. So the first thing we're gonna get into is this. Maybae. If you do not know who Maybae Life is, I'll tell you before I show you the video. Maybae is this Caucasian woman who her husband Ivan were, as I just said, they're married. So, but I'm trying to figure out how I can put it without it sounding crazy. It's gonna sound crazy no matter how I put it because everything that happened was like a lot. So Maybae, Ivan, husband and wife. Tati, Brandy, and Trey were in a relationship. Tati is Maybae and Ivan's daughter. So Brandy and Trey are Tati's, well, I keep saying were Tati's girlfriends. Brandy and Tati recently got married and had a beautiful baby girl. So they're no longer in a poly relationship. They are just them two for right now. They tried the poly thing and Trey turned out to be a slut butt because Maybae and Trey ended up in a relationship. Did you hear what I just said? Maybae, who is Tati's mother, Trey, who was Tati's second girlfriend, okay, cheated on Tati with Maybae, who is Tati's mother. I can't stress that part enough. So y'all can really understand why I put this as number one for Wild Wild Wednesday. We can get into the rest of it, but for this, I need y'all to understand the dynamic of their family because Maybae and Ivan were married. I'm not sure if they still are because at this present moment right now in life, they're not even together. Ivan then moved out. He done left. He's tired of the girlfriends. He's tired of the bullshit. You feel what I'm saying? He's tired of Maybae putting coochie before her marriage. And this is why I say that if you know that your woman is bisexual, you need to really see what type of level of lesbian she is. Because if you marry a lesbian and you're the only man she's ever really loved and wanted to be with, that's still never going to be enough for her. And this sounds crazy, but it's never really going to be enough because a true lesbian Achilles heel is pussy. And Maybae's Achilles heel is new pussy. Always. So Maybae and Ivan are not even in a relationship. Well, they're still technically married legally, as far as I know. But they are not living in the same house. They are not even in a relationship like husband and wife should be in. Maybae is currently in a relationship with a new female named Whitney. And Whitney is the reason why, well, she's not the only reason why, but Whitney was the straw that broke the camel's back. Because Ivan was up and out of there, baby. He wasn't dealing with the bullshit no more. Excuse me. Ooh, bitch was thirsty. Yeah, he got up and out of there. He was tired of the bullshit, tired of the games. So, Ivan is adios. But this video I'm ready to show y'all is just one more reason why I say Maybae is just this. She just this non-thinking ass, clout chasing ass, live my life for the gram ass type of female, because as a woman and as a mother, you already crossed the line when you kissed her girlfriend, or as you say, allow her girlfriend to kiss you. You crossed the line when you got into a relationship with this girlfriend. Now, Tati at first, she wasn't really too struck by it. She was playing this little role like she really didn't care, because like she said, that's something her mother has always done. I think Brandy probably was the only one that Maybae never got to touch. And that's why Tati put a ring on that finger, because Brandy was then going for mother and daughter. Tati said something along the lines of, she always does stuff like this, like I pass pussy to her. So it's like your homies would do, like it ain't no fun, the homies can't have none. But that's the type of shit they was doing, but on mother and daughter style. But it wasn't like Tati was playing the role. It was like, oh, my mother, like, oh, I like your mother, I'm ready to go see your mother. Okay, bye, bitch, go over there, go deal with my mother. Deuces. You ain't gonna be there too long. Like, that's the type of shit Tati was on. But Brandy wasn't like that. So I'm pretty sure that's why, that's one of the reasons, probably one of the main reasons why Tati went on ahead and put a ring on her finger. Plus, if you ever have followed Tati's and Maybae's journey, you would see how Tati went from where she was in life to where she is now. And me personally, I love it. I'm here for it. I'm proud of it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's all about growth in life. You're never supposed to stay at the same position you're in. You're always supposed to go and grow. And that's exactly what her and Brandy are constantly doing. Especially since they took their wedding vows and they had that beautiful baby. But that beautiful baby has a grandmother named Maybae who is trifling for doing this shit right here.
Yeah, I have no little babies here whatsoever. No kids, period. She's only a month old. What allegation could be against her? She's never spent the night at my house ever. She's not old enough. Yeah. Okay, what time do you want to interview me?
And y'all see, you see what I'm saying? Because as a woman, as a mother, why would you have that so-called, now I don't really know if it's somebody on her earpiece, because she has an AirPod in her ear. So I'm not even really sure if she has somebody on the other end of that phone, or she was just saying shit. Because when people are clout chasing, they say and do anything. You feel what I'm saying? So I don't know if it really was somebody on the other end of that phone. If it wasn't and you did this for attention, that's trash. You're trash. You've been trash, but that's trash. I don't want to call you trash. I'm saying your actions, which are a reflection of you, your choices are trash. Trash bag ass choices. Bull, tomatoes, 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 tomatoes. They're not good. Like, let's not. I'm sorry, y'all, but I can see my computer. My mother keep popping up on the screen like she's trying to be saying. But anyway, like, if you were talking to somebody on the other end of that phone, I really want to know what possessed you to record yourself having a phone call with a CPS worker, and your granddaughter is not even a year old. She's a few months. This baby is not even a year old yet. I'm not even concerned with why CPS is even being called in the first place, to even get in touch with Maybae to ask her anything. I'm not concerned with that, and out of respect for Tati and Brandy and the fact that I'm a woman and kids are off limits, you don't do kids, I'm not even want to get into that, because CPS can pop up at your house because I'm off. CPS can pop up at your house because a BS, there we go. A BS, it took me a minute to find it. A BS individual can call them and say, I would like to report X, Y, and Z, and all that must be fake. None of it be real. All of it just be lies. Been there, done that. You feel what I'm saying? I'm a product of it. Not that I called, but I had somebody when I was younger call on who was raising me, and everything was a lie. Nothing that they said was true. All of it was fake. But because this phone call was made, and the death rate in children and the neglect of children now is so high, mainly with females, it's increasing with the females. They have to take these things seriously. So I'm going to assume that's what happened, and somebody ended up calling Maybae and getting in touch with Maybae since she is the grandmother of the child. But at the end of the day, what are you calling her for? A therapist need to be calling her. A marriage counselor need to be calling her, not CPS, because she don't have that child. And I don't care how much money she got, how much clout she got, how big her house is. I tell you one thing, Tati would never let that baby go over there ever again after the BS that happened at that house with Whitney getting drunk and acting stupid, and Tati having to constantly say, calm down, my child is right here, my wife is right here, and you're not listening, and you keep it going and going. And you, as her mother and as Brandy's mother-in-law and as that baby's grandmother, which I'm not going to never call that baby by name because that's not my place to put her name out there. You want to know what that baby name is? Go look at Tati and Brandy's page and find out. I'm not going to be the one to put that baby's name on there. But you are this beautiful baby girl's grandmother, and you had the audacity to not check your bitch. Now, I told Quita I wasn't going to cuss, because my last one, I did a lot of cursing. So I'm trying not to. But you mean to tell me that your grown ass couldn't control your female when your grandchild is fresh out the womb and is here? Fresh baby. No, babies aren't supposed to be around stress of any kind. Even a lot of loud noise and aggression is stress to their tiny little hearts. They can't have that. They're not supposed to, at least anyway, to raise a healthy baby. So if she was there and that's what was going on, allegedly, this is what Tati say, and I'm going to go over what Tati say because everything else that Tati has said so far has been credible. Now, how could you not control your female to get her together? Because your grandchild is in here, your daughter is in here, your daughter-in-law is in here, your husband isn't here, and you couldn't get this drunk that you was talking to for 3 months. You couldn't get her together. It took you 3 months, and now I gotta find a picture. Hopefully I find it. I'm about to post it. I'm gonna have it somewhere up here on the screen. She has a tattoo that says Whitney going down the side of her face. Now, I don't know if she has her husband's name somewhere in her body. I do know she had this massive gold bomb as wedding ring on her hand. I don't know if he took it back, if she still has it, but she hasn't been wearing it. But he got tired of her. He got up and left. He was on live, you know, he was crying, he was hurt. And I felt bad watching that live because you could see that man's hurt in there. Meanwhile, she on her live screaming and hollering and just throwing stuff out there. But she not really showing too much concern for the fact that her husband just left. He left you because he's sick and tired of a new female coming in and out of your house. I saw one video, it was Maybae sitting right here. I think one girl that was right here, her name was Shelly. It was another girl right here on the other side of the couch because they had this long bomb ass sectional. So you got Maybae and Shelly right here. Ivan is like in the middle right before it branches off for the L. So he's sitting like right here in the middle of the sectional. And then you got another girl right here. And then there's another girl right here. And then she flipped the camera around. It was a girl walking past on her phone. It was this pussy everywhere. Now you would think a man to be like, hell yeah, I got a bitch over here, bitch over here, bitch right here. I don't want to do this. I'm going to go over here, bang, 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 you real quick. You would think that's how he would. No, this grown ass man is like, look, I don't have time for all these young, and then the young females at that. None of them were 30 and up. I'm going to say they were between the ages of 21 and 30. Now that seems like a lot of numbers, but it's really not when you think about the maturity level of a person. When you're bringing them into your relationship, their mindset needs to be on a mature level. It doesn't need to be on kid. So if you messing with somebody who's between the ages of 21, was it 21? I'm saying 20. Between the ages of 20 and 30, before you even get past 25, your age range kind of like maturity level really stops between 20 and 25. Then you got 25 to 30, because at that age, your mindset should be on bigger and better at that time. So where if this is what you want to do, you can continue to do it. But I just don't see, I'm going to get off of this topic, because if I don't, I'm going to talk about it the whole video, and we got some more mess to get into. But I just don't see the point and the purpose of Maybae recording herself doing this video. Like, you didn't already put your daughter through enough. Y'all done already put each other through enough. Whether she threw the first stone and you retaliated and threw one back, or you threw the first stone and she retaliated and threw all of them back. Either way, y'all done been through enough, and y'all just had got back to a place of goodness right before she proposed to Brandy. Y'all had just got right back into a good space, and then you bring in this new one after you didn't ship Trey off for the 15th million time back to Cali, and now your whole family is again in shambles, and you think it's so cute to keep saying it's us against the world. Baby, that's not cute. To keep posting that it's you and this new. Y'all know, you know what? I'm gonna leave it alone, because if I don't, I'm gonna go back on my word, and I told Stink I wasn't gonna cuss this video, so I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna leave it be. Excuse me, I'm parched. Okay, next on the messy list. This one took me completely by surprise. Now, if y'all don't know who Spice is, not Ice, excuse the list, not Ice Spice, just regular Spice, the queen of dancehall. If you don't know who that is, stop this video right now and go Google Spice. Not Ice, don't put the ice in front of it. Just go Google the word, or look up on YouTube the word Spice. Or you can even put in Queen of Dancehall. I bet you $100 for every one of y'all to go Google it. I bet you she pop up. Because that woman is the Queen of Dancehall. Okay? And I love me some Spice. Now, with that being said, I've always loved Erica Mena, just because she is like part my spirit animal. My spirit animal consists of a lot of different celebrity personalities, and of course my own inner. But like celebrity wise, my spirit animal is a mixture of Sukiana and Erica Mena. And that's a wild ass spirit animal to have. That just tells you how. Anyway, we didn't get into that. We didn't get into that. But I love Erica Mena. I've always loved Erica Mena because she's always been outspoken, unapologetic, not afraid to be herself. I do me, yeah, I did this, I did him. When she was on Love and Hip Hop and that woman looked at Rich and that other girl and said, you can tell him how good my pussy tastes, and you can tell her how good my pussy tastes. Now, Rich tries spinning and say, yeah, that's the point, because you out here being a thot. It ain't necessarily her being a thot. It's just the fact that y'all looking at it like, oh yeah, we both had her, but her power and her femininity and not afraid to be herself is more of, I had both of y'all, and then what? And she still, to this day, can have Rich at any given moment, because on Love and Hip Hop vacations and all this family reunions crap they got going on now, every time he's around her, he all in her face. It never fails. Every single time he is around her, he all in here. He all in her face, flirting, doing this, doing that. I think on one episode, didn't they go to somebody's wedding together, and Safari got mad and threw a chair, but the chair, like, was a boomerang, and it was like doop 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 dong right after, because he tossed because he was so mad. But now, Safari is dating a new favorite of mine, Amada. If you don't know who Amada is, you should go watch Love and Hip Hop Miami. She is so fine and so beautiful. Now, Amada, people call her Amara, but that's people who don't like saying her name the way it's supposed to be said, which is Amada. She just had a set of twins. Her and Safari are now reportedly dating. Now, Spice and Amada have been friends for a very long time, before Spice and Mena became cool on the show and started building a friendship. Her and Amada have already been cool. They are international artists. Jamaican on one side, Queen of Dancehall, and then you have Amada La Negra, who is Afro-Latina. So they, like, in Europe and all them foreign, like, not foreign places, but overseas, loves that type of music. That's where their money come from. Because more so in the US, you got people who like Meg and Cardi B and Lil Kim and Nicki Minaj, and still got some people here who bump Foxy Brown, stuff like that. But like dancehall and, like, I don't want to say Puerto Rican music because that's so wrong, but the Latina side of the music scale, that's all overseas majority, because those are the people who gravitate towards them more than the people over here in the US, if that makes sense. So they get their money there and here. No shade, nobody else. Don't think I'm shading people, because I'm not. I'm just saying facts here now. So Safari and Amada La Negra are dating. She just had twins. Now this fool Safari, and this is why I laugh at him so hard, because this fool bought her twins Rolexes. Now listen. When you out here buying Rolexes for, I don't even want to say stepkids, because y'all not married, because you was just married to Erica. Your first marriage failed. Boo. Tomatoes. Failed. So it's natural to move on and try to find something new and something fresh and something open and something honest. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say he's not going to turn around with the same Safari he was to Erica, to Amada. I'm not going to say that, because everybody say once a cheater, always a cheater. That's not necessarily true, because you can change for the person you really want to change for. Now, I don't understand why he didn't change for Erica. But once they got the beefing and stuff was bad with them, yeah, they were still married, but he emotionally was gone. And I think that's the part that hurts her the most, because her emotions was still into her marriage, even though they were beefing, even though they had bad times. I've never seen Erica so vulnerable like she was with him. Yeah, she was slightly vulnerable with Rich in that one episode where she zapped out on him. But outside of that, I've never really seen her so vulnerable the way she was with Safari, which shows the outside looking in that she was really committed to her marriage, and I commend her for that. Now, what I kind of want her to understand, even though she's not going to take my advice, and I really don't worry about it, because she's older than me, she's going to be like, girl, you don't know nothing. But what I look at it is, though, when your marriage or your relationship in general is on the rocks, and one person loses interest in keeping the commitment as far as their feelings for you and how they feel about you, how they love you, how they look at you, how they respect you, when all that is tanks and in the garbage, it hurts the other person who was like, yeah, we going through a rough patch right now, and I say, this wild shit, and I might not like you, but I still love you, I'm still in love with you, I still want to build with you and have this magnificent life with you. We just got to get over this hump. But the problem in certain relationships like that, I'm going to get back to the mess, but the problem in certain relationships like that is people don't seem to understand that you can't beat and beat and beat and beat a dead horse that's just not going to kick back. You can't beat into somebody's head to give you the love. Sorry, y'all. can't beat into somebody's head to give you the love that you know you deserve and that you think you're giving out. Because 9 times out of 10, you're not always giving what you're wanting to receive. It might feel like that to you. It might look like that to you. But in all reality, that person's POV isn't seeing what your point of view is. You feel what I'm saying? It's not colliding, it's not meshing up. So when him doing his dirt and outside doing this and doing that and third, it just went into a whole nother mess. And now it boiled over to him and Amada's relationship to the point where Spice now then took it upon herself to go on live, baby, and do this.
If I say I'm picking up for Safari because it has nothing to do with me picking up for Safari, I am just speaking facts to the face. Something where some people can't do, and that cause the fiction, and that's the problem because some girl fake and them don't want me tell them the truth to them face. Erica, go look for your gynecologist. Go look for your gynecologist. Infection and name you out. You're full of syphilis. You have lymphogranuloma vulgaris. Girl, don't play with me. Go get some canistin. Don't play with me, Erica. I'm not stay on this too long either. I just want to talk my mind and tell Erica, say, remember me tell you, every time I see you, you better be prepared for flip over the table because me is not the one to play with. I'm not do fake story and I'm not do fakeness. Everything about me is 100%.
I wish I had some tea to sip instead of this water. Because cheers to the mess. I really wish I had some tea to sip instead of this water. But baby, listen. Anybody who knows Spice knows she not with the bullshit. Now, I'ma read to y'all. I'ma post it too. Y'all can always, pause to read, but I'm gonna read it out loud to y'all because it's just a mess. First of all, look at these pretty ass pictures. Let's look at that. Let's look at these pretty ass Eastery color, bright, happy, like chocolate covered in pastel and matte color of pictures. They look so happy and cute. Honestly, with the smiles and everything, and it's trash. Well, not trash. Well, it's trash to Erica, but it's cute to us who love the mess, and yeah. So after Spice took on the internet with the live, baby, she put this up. Pause to read if you want to. You don't have to. I read it for you, but it's going to stay right here on the screen. Now, I don't know what the word that's blanked out is. I'm going to assume that's B-I-T-C-H. So I'm going to assume that says big bitch Erica. You're trying to blame everyone for what Safari is doing to you, but you can't blame nobody but your damn self. Fuck you. Lose them how you get them. Go suck your mother. That means fuck you and your mother. Safari is your karma. Now listen, I'm big on karma because you reap what you sow. Erica Mena in her wild young days was in her wild and young days. And like most females who's young and wild and going through it with their man or going through it with their girl and going through it in life and get around new people and get around these new men and start making money and you're doing for yourself and you're not even like 23, 24 yet, you early 20s with this. You making money now, you on your high horse. So you start doing stuff. And part of the stuff that you start doing is other women's men. So your karma literally came back and bit you in your ass, but it wasn't the way you thought it was going to be. It came when you least expected it. You thought all the hell and all the BS you done been through in your life, you really thought you had your happily ever after. Karma came around and said, snatchies, give me that happiness. Because remember when X, Y, and Z was happy and then you came. Remember when this person was happy and then here along you came. Remember when y'all was in this relationship and this happened and he did this or didn't do this and then you did that. Like, not saying that everything was her fault, because it takes two to tango, but at the same time, you had to look at her pattern of relationships and how they start and end. So like she said, you lose them how you get them. Next, Erica posted this. Pause to read, but it's going to be on the screen. She said, not a single person who's ever played with me ended up in a better situation. Now, I was stunned and surprised because for a while, Erica was radio silent. I was looking like, where you at, girl? Like, Big E. Where you at, baby? You know what I'm saying? Like, because anybody who's watched Erica Mena on TV or knows her personally, shorty crazy. She wild. She don't care who you is. If she feel disrespected, she gonna go in. But she didn't do that now. And I'm not gonna say because of her children, because when the father of her children was out and about doing what he was doing, she was blasting these females all over the internet and going in on them, how she used to go in on anybody who crossed her and wronged her. But for some reason, when it comes to this lady Spice, Erica not doing too much. She's not really budging. So then, here we go. We got another post. Spice come back and say, you flipping tables trying to make a seem is weak as fuck. You scared mother effer. You couldn't talk to me because you know I got all the dark secrets. Hashtag, I had to pause because girl, what dark secrets you got? Spill them. We love the mess and we want to know. Hashtag Erica Mena, you are jealous of me so bad, bitch. You fake as fuck. And guess what? You still gonna eat your heart out. It's still Bambi season. Bitch, not yours. Okay. I'm not even gonna get into the Bambi thing right now. It has died down. And the reason why I'm really not gonna get into that, like I said earlier, I respect the fact that kids are off limits. And Bambi's situation, this is a side note, Bambi's situation directly involved Scrappy's daughter. What I mean by that is this. Amani is now 18, graduated high school, all the way to college. So in her mind, I'm 18, I'm halfway there, you feel what I'm saying? I'm grown basically a little bit. And what we're not going to do is keep playing these childish ass games with my mother and my father. And I respect that because Amani has watched all the BS that her parents have been through from the time she could witness it up until now. Like, we've watched it play out on TV, but imagine that child living it and being the only child at that time living it. And then you have this woman who says she loves you so much, but she can't even get along with your mother. And they do make amends at one point in time. Like, stuff was fine. I'm not going to put everything on Erica, or I'm not going to put everything on Bambi, but I will say I'm going to lean towards Bambi a little bit on this one because Bambi like to go on TV and refer to Erica as a messy baby mama. Like, you can't continuously do that. So we're going to leave that alone. I'm not going to get too much into that. I get you all a snippet. We ain't going to get too much into that right now. I might do a video on that later on. But, yeah. That's, yeah. But like Spice said, it's Bambi season, bitch, not yours. Now, Erica Mena didn't say anything after she said anybody who has ever crossed me has never ended up in a better situation. She really didn't say anything else, anything else after that. Now, I noticed that Safari and Amada had been out. They were looking, look at these pictures. They were looking beautiful. Safari has also been more involved in his kid's life, like he should have been from the start. But he's been there with them a whole lot more. I don't know if it's just for clout and TV and pictures or whatever the case may be. But some of these pictures, like this one was taken from a video that him and Maji was doing. And then this picture right here, this came from, I guess it was at a bike meet or something, and he had a little man with him. So he doing a little bit better with, being with the kids. I ain't doing too much of commending him for that because you're supposed to do good with your children because you made them kids. So you already knew what came with that. Marriage, children is what you said you wanted, and you got it, and then it in the trash. Boom, tomato, 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 tomato. So I ain't really sure what's going on with that, but I will say this: Erica, baby, Spice not gonna play with you, darling. And according to Spice, she came to an event and started flipping chairs and flipping tables when Spice said something about her oldest son. And that's because you don't see him. Now, Erica's reasoning for that, which she's gonna really give us a reason of why we don't see her son, because that's her son. But her reason for that, what she did give one, was her son doesn't like the limelight. He doesn't like being in pictures and videos and posted on the internet. That's what she said. Now, I don't know if that's actually true or not. I don't know. But when stuff is going on, you never see him. So apparently, Spice brought that up and Erica flipped the table, and that's how the beef actually started. I still don't know what Spice's actual reason was for bringing kids up, because kids should be off limits. But whatever reason she had, and she went dumb. Y'all saw the video. She went left. Everything was just wild and crazy. So I don't know, y'all. I don't know how this situation with Spice and Erica is gonna go, but my thing is, Erica, what are you really mad at Spice for? Because yeah, y'all was building a friendship, but that's not your day one, A1. That's not your round. That's not your, you feel what I'm saying? That's not your bitch. That's not like, because who was Erica's? Well, I would say Babby and I guess Sierra. Or even, matter of fact, scratch that. That's not like, what's Peter Gunn's ex-wife name? Not Tara. Amina. That's not Amina. Now, Amina and Erica, that friendship I do know was real. I don't know about Sierra and Bambi that you know, too much. But anyway, that's not Amina. Like, Spice is not on the same friendship level as you and Amina. So if Amina would have befriended Amada, then I could see why you have an attitude and be ready to rumble. But if for Spice to go ahead and take a picture with them or do some event that she did with them, or wherever she was when she claimed she picking up for Safari, I'm guessing that means taking up for him. Taking up for him meaning what? Because nobody can defend your marriage but y'all. Nobody can defend the way y'all raise your kids but y'all. Because no matter what Erica puts out there, it's always something behind closed doors that you don't want nobody to know and see. And when you try to out somebody, you always make sure you out them on what they doing and never really too much of what you do. And TV is set up and designed that way to always be one-sided until a reunion or somebody goes live or somebody shows text messages that proves otherwise than what they saw on TV. That's why we keep saying reality TV on the Love and Hip Hop franchise is going downhill when it's getting so scripted. Because I remember Love and Hip Hop when it first started with Jim Jones, and he was running down on people. Now, I'm not a big Chrissy fan, but I do agree with some of the things she did. That's neither here nor there. The realness when he ran down on that man and made that man apologize for disrespecting his... I'm used to that type of real and roughness in reality. If it's supposed to be reality TV, then put the reality that's really happening in it. Don't sugarcoat it and drown it in water and try to give it out and say, here you go, this are these people's lives. No. But even with that, it's always something hidden somewhere, a hidden gem somewhere where you just don't really know what's going on behind them closed doors about anything. And the only people who really would know is Erica and Safari. Now, I feel like Erica should have did a better job of communicating with Spice. Also, I feel like for whatever reason, And y'all heard the reason she gave. I really can't remember what it was. But for whatever reason Spice had for bringing her son up, I really wish she didn't. But I'm leaning more on the side towards Spice because, like she said, you're not the first person who's going to get divorced. You're not going to be the last. Excuse me. You're not the first woman to be a single mother, and you're not going to be the last. You know what I'm saying? So it's more of pick yourself up, dry your tears, wipe your face, and do what you got to do. Go back to being and having the mentality of the go-getter Erica, who didn't give a damn what nobody said about her, who didn't give a damn how nobody felt about her. She got up, she got to that money, she got to that bag, and even with her being stressed out and doing what you're doing and losing that weight, because I tell you that relationship drained that woman so much. Like, it drains her body. Like, if you seen her on Love and Hip Hop Miami, was it Miami or Atlanta, New York, whatever season she was on, I be forgetting. They keep merging these seasons, Lord Jesus. Whatever season of Love and Hip Hop she was recently on, and the reunion came out, she looked so frail and like potiony. You feel what I'm saying? Or you get my drift? Like, you know, like, I'm gonna eat your kids. She looked real witchy, and I don't like that for her because that's not Erica. That's not the Erica Mena that we all know and love from her first season of Love and Hip Hop. This is somebody that's been molded and created to be like this because of the BS she was going through in her marriage. And once she heals, I pray for her healing. Once she heals and get through all that and all that weight start coming back on her and she fits it out so perfectly, I think her spirit will end up being in a better place. So I pray that for you, Erica. But what I don't pray for you is for you to mess with Spice. I pray that you leave that woman alone, because just leave that woman alone before you think you kicked your baby forward in his head. Standing up. Have you seen Spice perform? Have you seen her fight? I need you to not even go ahead and cross that. I mean, you know we crossed that line trying to talk about her behind her back. And then that's another thing, Erica. You haven't learned your lesson yet. You haven't learned that them people that you work with are your co-workers, girl. You can't go to them and talk to them about no damn Spice. You can't do that. You can't go to them and run your mouth to them about Spice. Like, they gonna go back and tell her exactly what you said, and that's the problem. On top of the fact that you tossed that table, apparently like flipped it over on some, you know, when your Carly Red on your, ooh, she shaking the table. Like, you really took a table. And I get it, your son was brung up, so I was shaking too. And like I said, I wasn't there. None of us were there. We wasn't there, y'all. We don't really know what Spice exactly said to make her act like that. I'm just getting Spice's version because Erica Mena hasn't said anything. Trust me, when she does, it's going right on the next episode of Wild Wild Wednesdays. I guarantee you. Excuse me. I ain't parched. But yeah, I really wish I hope and pray that they get it together, because they two beautiful women. Look at them. They're two beautiful women who got careers ahead of them and lives ahead of them and kids that are looking up to them. Erica Mena has 3. Spice has 2. Like, your kids, as well, I know she has 2. Yeah. Like, your children are watching y'all and watching all this play out in front of them. And y'all are a representation of them, as well as your children being a representation of your parenting. So the one thing y'all don't want y'all, because y'all both have daughters, the one thing y'all don't want your daughters to grow up and do is carry stuff like this on the internet. You really don't want them to have to feel like, oh, let me run to the internet and, you know, go hard, beat it. You don't want them to feel like that. On top of the fact, you don't want your sons to feel like they can just run around here and do whatever and be whatever. Now, they can be whatever they want to be, and you know I can't be what I want to be. They can be whatever they want to be, but they should want to be a good man, a good husband, and a good father if being a father is in their future, and same thing vice versa for your daughters. So y'all really need to get it together. The both of y'all get it together. Either y'all gonna be friends or y'all not. As far as I look at it, Spice is done with the friendship. Girl, I don't want to be your friend. I don't want to talk to you. Spice really want to, you feel me saying? Spice want to run it up. That's what Spice want to do. She want to get busy. She want to get down. Like, Spice ain't looking no wreck. Like, she want to take it there. Baby want to get it in. What's that the girl say? Get active. Spice trying to get active and active and active and active and active. Because last time I checked, she posted something else. I can't find it now. But she posted something else that was like, every time I see you, just know. So, what I'm going to say is, Erica, you always with the smoke, but you better, duck. Because Spice coming for your head, baby. Now, this last thing on the list, Lord Jesus, I don't know who this woman is. Okay? But let's give her a round of applause.
Thugging with my round, my coochie pink, my booty hole brown.
That's clap. You saw old lady clapping, them ass cheeks was like, them bitches was like flippers. But I don't know who this woman is and why she thought it was a good idea to have 2 baby showers with 2 different men. But I ain't never, and I'm from Baltimore City now, and we do all type of crazy ish down here. But I ain't never, in my 28 years of living and being on this earth, ever seen a female have 2 baby showers, 2 different dresses, the same color scheme, the same theme, with 2 different men, and you posted them on 2 different days. Ma'am. Now, this is taking, I don't know who my baby father is, to a whole new level. This is something that I just did not ever expect to see. I cannot fathom. Like, I'm really lost for words right now. I wish I had my wine, but I don't. I'm really lost for words at the fact that this woman did this, and then it got out and it went viral and it went on the internet. Like, look at this. This is something else. Like, I can't. And then she wrote, pause to read. It says, lady get exposed for attending 2 different baby showers with the same dress for 2 different dudes. She said, like I said, 2 different baby showers, 2 different NIGGAs, same dress, and the still out here in line. She want to embarrass my family. I'm going to embarrass her ass. Beware of her whore ass. So this is one of them boys' sisters. Now, I don't know which baby father sister this is, but one of them men got a sister that's going to war behind her brother. And like she said, we ain't doing that. Like, if you don't know who your baby father is, baby girl, just say that. But that's what DNA tests are for. Not for you to be out here just posting and going to 2 different baby showers with 2 different people. Because you don't know who your baby father actually is. This is wild. This is a mess. Maury, we need you to come out of retirement, baby, while we still got you. We just lost Jerry. God rest his soul. We got Steve Bukos and we still got you. Maury, I need you out of retirement. I need you back on that stage. And them cameramen back in their training with them cameras on their arms. I need them back. I need everybody to come back, because then we wouldn't have had this. You know what I'm saying? Because she could have went on the show and found out which one of them, if even one of them, was the baby father, and then we could have kept it pushing. But you were hiding on, or AKA retirement, and then we got stuff like this going on. And I'm partly grateful because we get to see it, but then I'm like, Maury, this could have been a bigger thing. If you was, Maury, bring your ass back to work. You'd had a long enough vacation. It's time to get your ass back up on that stage and say, in the case of X, Y, and Z, you are not the father. We need that anticipation back, because you be like, you are not, and then get so low and somber. We need that back. Maury, get your way. Come on, Maury. Come on, Maury, bring that ass back. But That's all I have for today for Wild Wild Wednesdays. Thank you, my lesbianist gang, my poly tribe, for tuning in. I know I'm a week late. Don't be mad. Get glad. Like glad bags. Anyway, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Cut your post notification bell on so you know every single time I post a video. And without further ado, I'm out.